All right. Hey,
Hi.
everybody. Yay. So we are so excited, like I say every Thursday. We are so excited to be with you guys today for our weekly health chat, our weekly Thursday health chat. And we have a surprise special guest, Mrs. Kethsy.
Woo! Thanks for
Yay!
having me, guys.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So, we all actually connected about 2 weeks ago, and it's like instant sisterhood. It's so amazing. So, she's gonna be sharing a little bit more about her testimony because, as you guys know, we started a group back in January, and then we have like a private Facebook group called Health Journey Jumpstart that we are able to plug people into so they get access to free work. And remind me, guys, if there's something that I missed, but free workouts, free health education, um, motivation, encouragement, like loving encouragement. It's accountability. It's really, really fun. And so we started that back in January. And so this month in March, we are going to be talking or sharing results that people have been getting since January, and also results from people that have been that chose to continue their health journey. So some of us are continuing it, and some just started. And we start a new group every single month. So I'm just so excited to share people's testimonies and results because results matter, like Crystal talks about all the time. So we also have a green challenge for the month for the month because it's National Nutrition Month in March. And so we have a green challenge that we're going to be talking about a little later. And we want you guys to get in on it with us. So be sure to stick around. And so now we are going to invite Kethsy to tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How did your health journey start? All of that good stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm Ketsy, originally from Brooklyn, New York. So it's like getting a Brooklyn in the house, right? But I now moved to Jersey, so I hope I don't get the Jersey girl accent. But yeah, I my health journey started when I recognized it's been years of dealing with certain issues such as being cystic, right? Dealing with PCOS. And, at one point I was told I would never have a healthy egg to have a child. But, by the grace of God, I have two daughters. Also dealing with just being overweight. So I have both my mom and dad dealt with diabetes, high blood pressure, and things like that. So just the way we were eating in a Caribbean household, I am Haitian. So don't mess without rice, don't mess without beans, don't mess without chicken, the whole 9 yards. So just growing up a certain way, I just felt like this was normal, until there's a point where, you get married and you're like, wait, what does that mean for me and my health and children and things like that? The other part too was at some point, I just noticed that when I was sleeping on the pillow, on one side of the pillow, I would hear nothing. And when I would turn around, I was like, wait, the television is on? Yeah, I was like, am I tripping? And my husband and I noticed that my hearing was just declining. And that kind of scared me because my mom had hearing issues. So we had to get an MRI done just to make sure it wasn't a brain tumor. I had a sister that passed away of cancer. So I had to get an MRI done without contrast, things like that. And what we found was there was no tumor. There was no explanation. They said it's perhaps hereditary, that my hearing was just declining. So I lost 30% of my hearing in my right ear. And that's hard, right? Because then I had to take my phone and use my other ear, just different things like that. So to add insult to injury, 2020 happened, the beautiful year of 2020. What are we going to do about this year? So quarantine happened, and I think I just went ahead and dived in with, like, I just didn't want my family to feel like, all right, we're trapped in the house, we can't enjoy life. And I did what I do best. I love cooking, right? So I started cooking and baking. I promise you, if there were a Bible, I would raise my right hand. My intention was to bake a cake a week, but I would wake up the next morning and the thing was just empty. So it wasn't just me, but like the whole household. We were just movie night, indulging. Like, what do we do that we're all in the house, and how do we deal with it? And we all kind of just dived into the food, movie nights, all-nighters. And by the first 2 months of quarantine, I added an additional 18 pounds over and beyond my already being overweight. So that really flagged out a lot of things to me, because I also got results from my doctor saying my numbers, for my blood sugar level was high. And I was like, oh no, I was like, Kethsy, it's enough, time out. We got to do something. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to there's this, I don't like to name the company, but there's this company that's very big on IG that had like these teas, you put them in water, you shake it, and it's like these laxative teas. So I started doing that, was using the bathroom a lot, and I just felt like, okay, something's happening. And I don't know if it's because I was losing water weight or what, but my weight would go down and then it would go back up again, go down and go back up again. And I just felt like, oh, this can't be life, because there's nothing more discouraging, right, than saying no to the pizza, no to the burger. Like I told my family, I was like, y'all can eat what you want. I'm eating my salad. And I'm like, yes, I see results. And then 2 weeks later, I'm like, no, where are those results? So I just got so tired of the yo-yo. And what I noticed is not really that my weight was yo-yoing, it was my health. Like I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel right. So I remember sitting and saying to myself, when was I in the best health of my life? And I remembered Shackley when I was doing my master's program. There was a student who, she just looked, I thought she was one of our peers. She was older. And I was like, what are you doing? And she introduced me to Shackley. So I remembered Shackley and I was like, let me go ahead. I went online and I saw they had the Prove It Challenge. And, I went ahead and I signed up for the Prove It Challenge, the money back guarantee. I'm not going to lie. I was like, if this doesn't work, I'm getting all my money back, So I went ahead and I did this thing. One of the things I noticed, aside from the fact that I lost 8 pounds in the first week, I noticed I just felt so good. That cleanse is everything. Like, I'm always scared when I hear cleanse or when, fasting. My church used to do like Daniel fast. I was like, okay, we're on Daniel fast, and it always felt like there was a sense of like sacrifice, which is good if you're spiritually fasting. But when I heard about a cleanse, fruits and veggies, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. I can't do this, But I had so much fun with it. And you could tell by the recipes, right? I always like got different things. I was like, how do we do it? And it was super cool. I also noticed the amount of clarity I had, mental clarity and decisions I made during that cleanse. Like if you have a big decision to make, I feel like that alone, go get the Prove It Challenge and do the cleanse and make those decisions during that first week. But yeah, so not only did I lose 8 pounds the first week, fast forward, I did it for the complete month, lost a total of about 15 pounds. But forget the pounds for a minute. What I noticed was, right, it was good, but I started feeling better. And I was just like, wait a minute, I got this energy. I'm starting to sleep better. I had wrist issues and wrist pain. I used to wrap my wrist with my husband's socks. And then I just noticed one point I stopped doing that. I don't even remember the date I stopped. I just stopped. I was like, wait, my wrist feels better. We started adding things to my regimen to help, tackle different issues, my upline Brenda and I. And what I noticed right away, when I went to get a sonogram in, I think it was around August of 2020, it was the first time in years and over a decade that they found 0 cysts. 0. Okay, that's an amen moment. Okay, like they found 0 cysts, because all my life I've been dealing with that. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like why didn't I do this a long time ago and just stick with it? And then I had this talk with my 2 kids, my daughters, and I was just like, mommy's going to go to an appointment. And when I come back, I'm going to have something on my ear. We've been talking about the fact that I've lost hearing. And, aside from me letting them know I'm going to come back with a hearing device, my husband and I had to have a talk, because I had to come with like $2,000 minimum as a deposit for this device. So we had to have a talk about those things and how we're going to do it. And there's these things called health credit, just different things of how we're going to do that. My husband's like, by all means, if you need it, do it. We'll figure it out. So I go to this appointment, lights open back up. I had my mask on. They did an evaluation. And I see, the doctors talking to each other. And I'm in healthcare. I'm a healthcare admin at heart. And whenever I see doctors whispering to one another, I'm like, what's going on? In my head, I was like, did they find a tumor? Like, are they not telling me something? And so I'm like, excuse me, what's going on? You could talk to me. And they were like, well, Kethsy, we no longer recommend you for a hearing device. And I was like, what? So they're like, yeah, we no longer recommend you for a hearing device at this point. Here's your numbers. Things are looking good. At this point, we just don't recommend it. And I was just like, but wait, you guys recommended it before. They were like, yeah. So I was excited because what I noticed is that my overall health was improving. So I think about a picture of an iceberg where you only can see the tip of the iceberg in the water, but below there's just this big piece of ice that's just dealing with things. And I often say Shaklee for me is like, it's not really about what's on the iceberg. The iceberg are those symptoms when you have a headache or when your stomach is cramping. There's a bigger issue going on. And what I loved is I was able to just deal with those health issues. So doing great, losing weight. I had a jawline come back. I used to have triple chins, but it's all good. So that was a hallelujah moment within itself. So my friends started noticing. We had Zoom parties, and when it was warmer, we just had different things going on. And one of my friends, she said, "You're not only losing weight, you're keeping it off this time." And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "What are you doing?" And I just started sharing with everyone. I was like, "You got to do this whole Prove It challenge thing. It's so awesome." But I was kind of pointing them to my upline. I was like, "Go speak to Brenda. She's great." And Brenda was like, "No, Kethsy, I think you could do this." I was like, "I don't want to do it. I'm so scared." And at some point, I just didn't want people to honestly reject my calls. You'll have that person, you're like, "I'm not picking up that phone call." I didn't want that to be me. But Brenda was like, "No, all you're going to do is just share from your heart and you'll see." So I went ahead and I launched my business. I did it afraid. I remember thinking to myself, I have to choose one of the F's. Is either I choose fear or faith. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do this afraid, but I'm going to step out on faith in it. I'm not going to stay afraid. So I went ahead and I chose faith, and I just started sharing with people, and they were like, "Sign me up, sign me up, sign me up." So it was so awesome because one of the things I noticed is for me, it's just about sharing it from the heart. In all honesty, getting to the root of what the challenges are. My business did well, so I hit director levels 2 months in a row so far. So I'm excited about that, and I'm hoping that I continue to keep that up. But my husband joins in. So it's Kethsy and Stanley doing this health and wellness. He notices the consistency. We're both booming with it. My children, I didn't do direct deposit yet because I wanted to see that check come in. So I remember when I started my business in December, and when my January check came in, I remember I showed it to our family on the dinner table, and the kids were like, "Oh, do more Zoom." I was like, "Okay," And my husband was like, "He's so cool. He's so Brooklyn." He's like, "That's what's up." Yeah. So I'm like, "Okay." But it's just so cool to know that, like, I'm feeling better. I'm doing good. I mean, I don't know, like, I'm here with my energy water, right? Like, I don't know what was I thinking for not taking advantage of this before, but two, me holding it back, me not sharing. I already have one of my nephews, who was pre-diabetic. He was like, "Kethsy, I'm feeling so good." So many people was like, "Why didn't you share this with me before?" I feel so confident just saying, "Hey, what are your health, problems? Listen, I think I might have something that can help you." It just feels so good. You don't feel like a salesman. You're just helping people and coaching them. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yay! I think that is so cool. So Patricia, hey Patricia, she said, "What a testimony."
Oh, thanks,
Hey,
Patricia.
Patricia. Oh my gosh, she said she's getting chills. I think that it's so amazing. And this is one of the things that we stress a lot about is that, it's not about everything quick or microwave, because we live in a society where it's like you want to do what's quick or what's easy or and I'm not saying that this is hard, but it's all about like the consistency. And when you do that, hey Stephanie, and when you do that, you're gonna feel better long term, right? Because
Yep.
that's what we're all about, is like long term. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. So
lifestyle. Like Ashley was saying, it's not like this quick fix, this one and done kind of thing. It's a lifestyle. So now, like I said, wellness is my lifestyle. It's our natural state of being, and so that's basically what you're living out. It's the way we're designed to actually be is healthy. And I think you've had so many amazing results. You had, the weight, your wrist, the cyst, your hearing. It's like incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's so exciting, and I love. And what it reminds me of is with the current healthcare system, you pay to basically try and get healthy, and it would have probably, like you said, $2,000 just to get that hearing aid. With Shackley, you're getting paid to stay healthy.
Hello.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another cool thing, because sometimes it's cost that, can hinder people, but it's like, hey, it doesn't have to be an obstacle. That doesn't have to be an obstacle. You can have, you can feel good. You can get what you need. And I just love that. Okay, so I have a question. So with I'm like, you were talking about your cooking.
Yeah.
So, and in the Health Journey Jumpstart group, you've been posting recipes, and I'm like, oh, this is so dope. This looks so good. So, how did your family take you changing how you guys ate?
Okay, so my daughter, one of them, Celine, she's 13, and my second one, Isabel, is 10, and they have two different metabolisms, right? So Celine is a little bit taller than me already. Oh my gosh, and I'm like 5'7". Okay, so Celine is a little taller than me, and she's all about that health journey. They have a whole morning routine, which includes a workout, waking up at 5:30, like more disciplined than I ever was at their age. Isabel has the quickest metabolism. She's a gymnast, contortionist. So she eats, like, she can eat a pie of pizza and still look like this, So two different people. So when we were down with the health journey, Celine was like, I'm with it. My older one, she was like, I'm with it as long as it tastes good. Mm-hmm. Isabel was like, what did I do to deserve this, Mom? Is this punishment? Like, she was legit like, Dad, could we have a talk on the side? They had side meetings. So my thing with them was kind of like, even after the whole cleanse, right? Even till now, our family we incorporate like healthy proteins such as fish, salmon, sometimes chicken, 3 times a week. Because everyone, even down to my daughter Celine, just, going through those changes, and she was breaking out, everyone attested that they felt better when we ate healthier. So yeah, Ashley, I had to put some flavor in that food, because like our favorite one was the one with the pizza flavor, roasted tomato soup, dipping that cauliflower in. I was like, this tastes like pizza, doesn't it? And Celine was like, not bad. Isabel was like, no, negative. It does not taste like pizza. So in all honesty, I feel like it depends on, as mothers, for me, and as parents, whatever we put on the table, whatever our kids are used to seeing, again, I'm Caribbean, I'm Haitian. It's kind of like, we say, you're going to eat what I give you to eat, kind of thing. And my husband balances me out. He's like, but yeah, Kat, we could kind of listen to them too. So that balance is essential. But we make 90% of the table, fruits, veggies, things like that. Once in a while, I'll do things like, I call them power balls with the granola and the peanut butter and things like that, and just put it in the middle of the table. So they're used to it now. And we have this theory, like 95% healthy eating, healthy food. And we call the on occasion 5%. If we're going to a wedding, if it's a barbecue, if it's a birthday party, I'm like, okay, sure, you can have a slice of cake, you could enjoy that. The other thing too, that, I must say, it made the energy level was so high that we began to work out together as a family. And just I don't know what it is, but you just have this thing, you're like, what do I do with all this energy I got? Where do I go with it? So we have a bicycle downstairs. We have mats. They're often working out. We're working out. My daughter and I go to like the strength training. We do our workouts there. It's just so super cool. So the whole family, I would say, is like 90% healthy now. I'm still working on pushing it more, but yeah, it's a start.
That's so good. This is such a wonderful testimony, Kethsy, because a lot of times it only takes one decision. And like you, I said no, no, no as well. In the medical field, thought, eat what you're supposed to eat, and that's it.
Right.
But when I was introduced to Shackley, I thought there was something different. And that was supplementation was necessary too. Yeah. You're eating at 95%, everybody else isn't. So that's why we even on this call to say, hey, you need to do some things. Change your eating habits. Change the way you are exercising. Change the way you're not drinking your fluids. Change the way you're not sleeping and resting. So we're able to teach. All of us on here are able to teach somebody who doesn't know. Your lifestyle is totally different. You say you're Haitian.
Yep.
Well, we have, yeah. So we have people here that maybe just eat hamburgers and Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I'm just saying the culture sometimes. And so when we can teach them to do something different and see the difference. And so we're the living proof, as Jackie says, we're the proof of what the products can do. So I'm saying supplementation is necessary along with what you're doing. And the reason why is because we don't get the micronutrients we're supposed to have to sustain the whole body for nutrition. And so when we look at National Nutrition Month, we're able to say, hey, this is some things you can do. And we have a process. We have a plan that can keep you healthy. We have the Healthy Journey Jumpstart that will help you be accountable to what you're doing. So I'm excited about you joining the group. Now you're teaching other people. We say teach one, reach one.
Yeah.
I mean, just to let other people know that I've experienced it and you can too, and you can have a better life, the quality of life, which is so important. So
absolutely.
Yay! And so you guys, that's one of the cool things about this group is that we're reaching people from everywhere. Like Teresa. Hey, Teresa, watching from Chicago. Yay! And yay, hey. So we are going to show a quick recipe because like I was saying earlier, this month for National Nutrition Month, we are doing the Green Challenge and we invite you guys to do it with us. It's going to be really fun. And so that's just about getting more greens in your everyday life. And so in the different groups that we have, we're in the Health Journey Jumpstart group, we're educating on what makes greens healthy, because a lot of times we're taught, make sure you eat your greens, make sure, I grew up hearing that, but I never asked, well, like, why is it healthy for me? Like, what does it do? And that's one of the things, because it's about changing what we eat. Like I talk about Rochelle T. Parks all the time. And when she was on here, she was like, it's 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. And so what we eat is very important. So we have a quick video. And thank you so much, Kethsy, for sharing your story and even, how it went with your whole family, right? Because it helps when people in your family are on board with you, even if it's something different, and I love how you were also listening to what people were saying and like, okay, let me add some more flavor to this because like, eating healthy can taste good. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be bland. It doesn't have to taste like, sticks and trees and so that's why we're sharing this month. Okay. And that's why we also have like the In the Kitchen episode. So we're going to show a video today from Dr. Mark Hyman, who you might have seen on one of the who you might have seen before. And he's a very, very well-known doctor. And then next week, we're going to be in the kitchen like we are sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys. Oh, actually, hold on, guys. But actually, I'm going to pass it to Crystal, who's going to talk more about the importance of greens while I pull this up.
All right. Well, yes, it is National Nutrition Month, and one of the best ways to get more nutrition is with greens. And I always say, just like with chocolate and berries, the darker, the better. So get as dark as possible. But yes, like Ashley said, they are so nutritionally dense. A lot of times we don't know what the nutrition is in them, but they're packed with vitamin C, vitamin K, iron, folate, calcium, chlorophyll, fiber, like all the good stuff you need to do everything from fighting disease to fighting cancer, supporting your immune system, slowing aging, all of those things that we all want to experience as far as health, appearance. Dark leafy greens are going to help you do that. So Ashley, did you want me to continue or do you want to go ahead and play the video?
I can go ahead and play.
All
right, here we go. Can you guys hear?
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Mark Hyman. Welcome to my kitchen, and I'm going to make my favorite green machine smoothie for breakfast. And this is an amazing smoothie because it's full of powerful phytonutrients, amazing fats, and a little caffeine too to get your day going. So I'm going to go through the ingredients because they're amazing. I've got some extraordinary little ingredients here that are going to make you feel so good. First is avocado. Avocado is just a superfood. It's a great source of monounsaturated fats, and it tastes good, and it makes your smoothies creamy and delicious. And it's got all sorts of phytonutrients. And I've got hemp seeds, which are fabulous, great source of omega-3 fats, great source of protein, great source of fiber. And I've got matcha tea. Matcha tea is a special kind of green tea. It's full of phytonutrients. It's actually a metabolism booster. It actually speeds up your metabolism and even helps you detox from heavy metals, which is great. And of course, lime, make it taste good, and lime's good. And then almond milk and coconut milk, actually coconut milk, which is a whole fat coconut milk with it's full of MCT oil and coconut oil and all sorts of great things. And spinach, which is a great source of folate and iron and lots of vitamins and minerals. So all that goes in the blender. Takes a couple of minutes to make in the morning. Super easy. So let's get going. So here's the blender, my fancy schmancy Vitamix. Everybody's got to get one of these. So we put in the 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds. We put in 1 teaspoon of matcha tea. 1 teaspoon. Maybe I put a little more caffeine. We put in the almond milk. Put in the coconut milk. It's kind of ploppy. And we take the lime, and you squeeze the lime juice in. And this is my favorite lime squeezer. I don't use machines. I just like hand devices because they're nicer, better. And you get to use the exercise in your muscles, which is good. All these fancy devices, you don't really need them. This is just a simple lime squeezer, lemon squeezer. Everything's green. The avocado's green, the green tea, the green avocados, the green spinach. I mean, the coconut's not green, and then you put in a couple of handfuls of spinach. I have to do spinach. And then half an avocado. You scoop it out with a spoon. Ooh. That was fun. There we go. Something's happened in the kitchen. Don't worry about it. And it's a 3-second rule. It was 3 seconds. Anyway, we should eat more dirt because it's good for our gut flora. So here we go. And there we go. You got your Green Machine smoothie. Breakfast in a glass. Isn't that beautiful? So good. I'm going to have some because I'm hungry. Oh my God, that is really good. Why don't you go make one right now? Enjoy your food.
Yay! So that's what one of the things we're going to be doing this month, you guys, is just sharing practical ways that we can get more good food in, right? And that's the whole purpose of the Green Challenge, because the majority of Americans don't get enough fiber. That's just one of the benefits of greens, by the way, is the fiber. And the majority of Americans don't get enough of that on a day-to-day basis. That's just a fact. So that's why we're challenging each other, and we're all doing the challenge. We're all doing the challenge too. And we're challenging each other to, incorporate more greens, and especially during the cleanse, but even after the cleanse, for those of us that are continuing our journey. So we have people, and we all recommit. And we say, I put spinach in every shake. Yay! That's awesome. And it's so good. It's so good for you. And so we have people that recommit every single month to continue their health journey. So if you look below and you see 30-day Meology Challenge, that's just the first month. That's like the test month for people, where they get to test and see, does this really work for me? And if it doesn't, you get your money back, like Kethsy said. She was like, I am definitely getting mine back if it doesn't work. But we haven't seen that. And so we see people that recommit every month, are recommitting. And so I'm just so excited. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be sharing results because we've been a little quiet. We've been sharing with people that we're doing it. We've been a little quiet on the results, but this month we were like, okay, it's time to really share with people. And so that's it. Let's see. Teresa said, I'm going to try that today as soon as I find the bottom to my Vitamix. Yay, let us know when you find it and try it. Okay, do you guys have anything else before we wrap?
Just join us tonight for part 2 of our health chat. It's 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, healthchatlife.com.
Yay! And that's it, you guys. Thank you, Kethsy.
My pleasure.
Bye,
guys.
Because your recipe, and I'm just so excited because when I started seeing your recipes pop up, I was like, ooh.
I have some more too. I love it. I enjoy it. So yeah.
Yay! And that's the cool thing. We're just sharing with each other, encouraging each other, helping each other reach our goals, and in it for the long haul.
Oh yeah.
Because who wants to just feel good for like a day or 2 or 30 days? You want to feel good for the rest of your life. So anyway, we love you guys, and please contact the person that you know here on the screen to find out the information for tonight. But like she said, you can just go to healthchatlife.com and you find out all of the information there. So bye, you guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks for having me.